I'm Keith Bennett, and I'm a design engineer. In school, I studied aeronautical engineering, and then my first design job was at a company that made ball valves and pneumatic actuators. From there, I went to a company that made avionics, and then I went to a company that made aircraft engine lubrication pumps. I always liked guns, and I always was a plinker, and I'd shoot with my father, but it wasn't a big focus in my life. The firearms industry found me, and it was just the right time and the right place, and I ended up interviewing at TANDEMKROSS. It was pretty clear that the company was different, and it was run in a radically different way. And they were asking questions about who I was, and they were really interested in me understanding what the culture is at TANDEMKROSS. At a lot of other companies, they would say that they wanted to empower their employees, and they would talk about innovation. But at TANDEMKROSS, right from the start, I was told, like, we want you to go explore, we want you to go, and we don't mind if you fail, we just want you to fail fast. And so that's a totally different concept from any other place that I've worked. Our customers are really passionate about our products. So when I'm designing a product, a lot of times I'm interfacing with our beta testers. Their ideas can actually make it to the product. A lot of times they do. A lot of times the original idea comes from our customers. And so we'll have an idea in the morning, and we'll start designing, making models, then we'll start prototyping, and literally sometimes by the afternoon we can have a new product on a firearm and be shooting it. And so there's not a lot of products where that's how fast you can develop a design and actually try it out. The first product that I could sort of call my own was the 1022 trigger kit. But I was able to work with Brimstone on that. David at Brimstone's a really knowledgeable guy, and you know, he's done thousands and thousands of trigger jobs on 1022s. And so as soon as I start the job, I get to work with a guy that has so much experience. And he took all that experience and he boiled it down into a fire control system that came out so nice. And you know, all the experience we have at TANDEMKROSS with flat face triggers, Jake and Brian got me up to speed on all of that. And so I think that that's an amazing product to be the first product that you get to release. PC9 trigger was another trigger that we released recently. And again, that's a platform that we're so interested in. I think that's a platform that we're going to be doing more work on in the near future. And also recently we released the cornerstone for the Smith & Wesson 22, which was a really challenging thing. We have cornerstones for other guns, but it was a lot of work, and it was really difficult to figure out the solution to that problem. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm working with one of our team members, and we're working on a product for the Buckmark, and I feel like it's something that nobody else has, and it's really going to improve that platform. That's actually one of the funnest parts about working here, is that, you know, we have an idea, we start to develop it. When I go home at night, my son's asking me, what are you working on at work? And I'm like, trigger for this, or halo for that. And then he's sort of asking the questions as we're developing it, and maybe I'll even bring home some 3D printed prototypes, and he'll get to see that process happening. And then, you know, when it releases, I'll say to him, like, hey, guess what? Today's the release date for this product. And we get all excited about that. And then we get to upgrade our guns, sometimes with products that I design, sometimes it's products that Jake designs, sometimes it's products that already existed. But it's really fun to, you know, to take the gun, upgrade it, and then immediately go outside and try it out and see how much it's changed and how much better it is. Now that I'm working on guns day in and day out, and I'm taking them apart and really understanding everything about different models, once you know that much about a gun and you've taken it apart that many times, you sort of fall in love with it, and then, you know, you want to take it home. And also, you know, once you take a gun from being just sort of like the stock common thing, and you make it into something that's great, and then you want to share that with people. And I love shooting with my son, and I love shooting with my family.